My name is Yurochukwu Emeka Ojukwu. I go by Mr. O here, and I'm a Dean's Fellow at Yale-NUS. I was born in Grady Memorial Hospital in Atlanta, Georgia, and my mom actually still works there. She's been working there for like 20 plus years now. So I went to public school in Atlanta from kindergarten all the way up to 8th grade, and then after that I actually went to boarding school at Raven Gap Nacoochee School in the mountains of Georgia, in sort of Raven Gap, Georgia, and it's like right at the border between North and South Carolina and Georgia. Really, that experience really helped sort of develop sort of the person that you see today. I am a poet. It started in 8th grade. It was supposed to be a poetry type of event. Night was going to happen, and her name was Beverly Garrett. I was like, Beverly, what are you talking about? I'm not a poet. She was like, no, you write so well, you should do something. And I said, no. And so I literally stayed up till about like 1 a.m. and I wrote 3 poems. And the 3 poems were just like, they just came out. It was like God was working through me or something like that. And I just popped out 3 poems like that. And it was fun. I enjoyed it, and they were good. Until the next day, I'm up on stage writing or reciting one of the poems that I'd written the night before, and it felt right. It felt good. The pre-story you need to be aware of is in high school, I did a lot, quote unquote, official ball boy for the soccer teams. Being a National Honor Society, I was a prefect for my last 2 years at high school, and then like assistant head prefect my senior year. I was on honor council for 3 years, head of honor council my senior year, National Spanish Honor Society, and so I remember talking to my older brother, and I was just like, yo, the first semester of college, I'm just gonna chill. I'm not gonna do anything. Like, my older brother looked at me and he said, Emeka, shut up. That's not you. I looked at him and I was like, man, you don't know me. Assistant president of the Black Students Union, first semester sophomore year, I'm leading the Black Students Union. I did do student security for 4 years, so I did stand at parties and just make sure drunk people weren't acting too crazy. I was a youth advisor for Upperclassmen in Holyoke, Massachusetts. Tutor for Amherst A Better Chance. It is how myself and my older brother got into our boarding school. Start of sophomore year, I was a telementor, engagement advisor for the Amherst College Center for Community Engagement. And then my last job was a peer career advisor. But at the end of the day, though, I had a great social life as well. So I was really big on getting to know the upperclassmen, like about the place, what professors to take, where's the cheapest place to print, where I didn't have to pay for it. And so it was one night I wanted to watch the Celtics preseason game. I went downstairs to the freshman lobby and the TV was taken. And I came across Drew House. It was an upperclassman dorm. Then there was a TV in there, a nice TV, and there was no one using it. So I then proceeded to get in, plop myself on the couch and just start watching the preseason game. And you see these upperclassmen just walking by like, who is this kid? And I'm just waving. And 2 days later, I'm back there again. Eventually, his name was John Riggins. He was just like, man, what the heck? And he just sat down with me and we started watching the Celtics get to really to know and bond with these upperclassmen, to where we have a Facebook group now called the Cubs, where we're all continually sharing information and still talking to each other a year, 2 years, 3 years after graduation. I do miss it. All you guys who may be watching this one day, I do miss you guys. Family is, I'm just like figuring out how much to say. When I was in 8th grade, my dad had a car accident that left him disabled from the waist down. Like, I was just 14, my older brother was 16, my little brother was 12. You know, we went from, you know, who's going to pick us up from school, dad is, to whose turn is it to take dad out of bed, whose turn is it to feed him. And suddenly the pretty girl in class is no longer my huge concern anymore. How do we bounce back from this, and like, what do we do? All right, it's time to grow up. It's time to do what we got to do to take care of the man who took care of us. My brothers and I sort of were forced to become bonded at a young age, I guess more than I guess a regular person might. To this day, my little brother is going to school from home, and he's just been holding down the fort. Can you imagine being 13 and doing taxes for the family? So family is huge.